So I got asked by a Pokemon collector if I would analyze the market for a specific Pokemon card and give him my thoughts. And this is something that I like to do from time to time. And this particular individual, I know him. He's not pulling any punches. He's a very ethical guy, very honest guy. We talk an awful lot about the overall market for vintage and even modern Pokemon cards, and he likes the content that I produce. He thinks that I bring up a lot of valid points when it comes to talking about investing in Pokemon cards, either over the long term or even over the short term. And the one card that he wanted me to do an analysis on is the English printing of Blaine's Charizard from the coveted WotC era. If you don't know what WotC stands for, it's Wizards of the Coast Gym Challenge set. And this particular card is a first edition Holofoil card in PSA 10 condition. Now, full disclosure, and a lot of you guys are not going to like this, in my opinion, if you are choosing to attempt to invest in a card like this, you got to get it in PSA 10. Reason being is, if you look at the population reports that just PSA alone puts out, if you're looking for like a Blaine's Charizard, if you're looking for a dark Holofoil Charizard from the Team Rocket set, a lot of these cards, there's literally thousands of them out there in PSA 10 condition. These particular cards, unfortunately, are not rare. Everybody hoarded this stuff back in the day. Prices have also exponentially risen over the last few years, which is why we're in this weird state where I look at this market and I see less opportunity than most other investors and collectors, simply because we had a massive run-up in prices over the last few years. I remember when you could get this very same card that we're going to be talking about today for under $600 on the open market. Nobody cared about it back then. Well, now, since the media got involved, since everybody's talking about investing and collecting in rare Pokemon cards, cards like this have started to rise exponentially, which is why I'm doing this analysis for this particular individual who's thinking about buying this card. So I go to eBay right now, and I see that a PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard, first edition, Holofoil, is readily available for $3,700 or best offer from a very well-known seller. I don't think it's fair to name his particular name or account on YouTube. I don't want to put that much emphasis out there on this particular card that is being offered at present time. But if you are watching this video and it's fairly recent, you can pretty much log on to eBay and you'll most likely find this same card that I am discussing. Now, to be fair, overall, this looks like a good deal for this particular card. But this is where we got to do price research. This is where we got to get down and dirty because we're operating in unregulated markets. We're playing in late-stage unregulated capitalism. So we can keep this very simple, and we can simply search completed and sold listings from eBay for this exact same card. Now, the good thing about this card is, again, it's not rare. There's tons of copies out there available on the market. There's a lot of trading for this particular card, even in PSA 10 condition, even for first editions, which is what we're going to focus on today. Notice, we are solely focusing on first edition PSA 10 versions of this particular card. So I'm filtering my searches by sold and completed listings. Here's one that sold literally today when I'm filming this video, January 21st, 2024. There was one that had a list price of $4,149.99. It was sold by best offer. We don't know what that best offer was. Thank you, eBay. There's another one here. Same exact card. First edition. Same condition. That sold on December 17th, 2023 for $3,300. Now, this one that we're looking at is listed at $3,700. So I'm sitting here telling you there is one that sold roughly a month back for $3,300. Under that listing is one that sold on December 7th, 2023 for $6,000. Do you see the variance in this market that is taking place? Where people are either very shrewd in this market, trying to get a good deal, or They're going into the market like they're a Timmy, Kimmy, or Poindexter saying, hey, it's Pokemon. Pokemon always goes up in value. I can overpay for this stuff. And they're bidding up to the stratosphere. Now, here's another one that sold on November 19th, 2023 for $4,300. And this was an auction sale, meaning people bid at this to $4,300. Underneath that, there's another one that sold at auction on November 13th, 2023 for $4,400. And another one that sold for $4,400 on November 9th, 2023. Now I ask you, what is the correct price for this particular card? Is the one that is sitting for sale for $3,700, is that really a steal? When if we go back and we look at the completed and sold listings, and there are pretty much 2 other cards in that same condition that sold for less than that price within the last 30 days. Now, making this more complex, there's always going to be a consistent supply of this card in PSA 10 that is coming onto the open market because there's so many out there. This is why investing in an item like this is inherently risky at present time. There are too many of these particular cards, even first edition, even in PSA 10, that are on the open market to make a quantifiable analysis of what this card should reasonably sell for. In all honesty, if somebody came to me and they said, Sean, I want to buy this card that's listed for $3,700, you know what I would tell you to do? Put in an offer for $3,000 and go from there. Go up steadily by $50 to $100 increments until you win that particular card and don't pay more than $3,400 for it. That's my advice to the person that reached out wanting my analysis of a PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard first edition Holofoil in PSA 10 condition. Thank you for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.